Instead of using the area model, we're going to estimate an answer and then check to see if our answer is close to the estimate. By close to the estimate, I mean the same place value, okay? So take a look at, remind me how I estimate, circle the 3, underline the 1. The 1 tells me that the 3 stays the same, okay? So what about the next number? Stays the same also. So when I multiply this, and this right here should be an equal sign. I did it wrong.
You multiply the 3 and the 2 and then add.
Okay, and add 4 zeros. So what do we have? 60,000. Okay, so when I multiply, I'm going to want my answer to be in the 10,000ths place, okay? So if my answer is only in the thousandths place and it has 4 digits, there's a chance I didn't add 2 zeros when I was supposed to, okay? So let's talk about the partial products that we're going to multiply. We're going to multiply 314 times 6, right?
Yeah.
And then times what?
230.
30.
And then 200.
And then 200, okay? So we'll have no zeros, 1 zero, and 2 zeros when we do this. Okay, so help me multiply 4 times 6.
24.
Regroup the 2. 6 times 1
6.
plus 2.
8.
6 times 3.
18.
And you have nothing to compare it to right now, do you?
Add 0.
Okay, so X,
Color O.
right. So now looking at 3 times 4,
12.
3 times 1,
3.
plus 1,
4.
3 times 3.
9.
Now don't forget 2 zeros. Draw a bell on the collar if that helps you. Okay. All right, finish it out. So does my answer have 5 digits? It's in the 10,000ths place. It's pretty close to 60 also, isn't it? So I'm guessing we did this right. Okay? All right. So that's what our lesson is today. That's pretty much it. Okay? So we're going to round, multiply, then do the standard algorithm. Okay? Let's try the next one. Okay, on this one, circle the 1, underline the 8. The 8 tells me add 1 is the gain. Why?
Because it's higher.
8 is above what, Miguel?
5.
8 is above 5. So 2,000. What about the next one? George A. George A.
Add 1 is again.
Okay, because
It's 9.
9 is above the midpoint. Now, do you remember in that rounding wrap, digits to the right change to 0? So however many digits you have after that circle, just change them to 0, okay? Instead of 60,000, what do we have this time? Okay, so we're going to want 6 digits in our answer, okay? 6 digits. All right, you go ahead and do that and check it with mine. Okay, I want to stop you for just a minute. Even if you're not done, look up here. Do you notice how when I regrouped in the addition portion of this, I made my ones smaller on purpose? Why do you think I did that?
Because you won't get mixed up.
Well, explain to me how, Cheney, explain to me how you could get mixed up.
Because maybe it might be like in a different column. Maybe
Okay, it might seem like a different column. You know, I put mine over to the side, didn't I? But I'm keeping track of it. The main reason why I want you to do it that way is in case you make a mistake and have to erase. And you don't want a large 1 sitting right here, do you? Because you'll think that 1 is supposed to be there, and you'll end up getting the wrong answer again, okay? So in case you multiplied wrong in here, make these regrouping numbers smaller, okay? All right. Okay, let's look at problem 3. So on problem 3, 4,902 rounds to what? 5,000. 408 rounds to what?
400.
Okay, so we have
20.
a 20 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros.
2 million.
So we'll need how many digits in our answer? 7. Okay. So on this one, I want to talk about what we're multiplying times. Take 408, okay, and tell me what it is in expanded form.
400.
Plus what?
80.
Okay, so the first one, the first row multiplication is times 8. The second one is times what?
400.
400. So we're going to skip from no zeros to 2 zeros when we do this. Okay, go ahead and give it a try. Let's see how those zeros affect us. So on the problem set today, we don't have a lot of room. And I think this is a good time to show you one trick you can kind of do with notebook paper by turning it on the side. So if it were me, I would put the holes at the top and write my name on that line. Turn your notebook paper sideways. Write your name on it so you'll know the top from the bottom, okay? And we're going to use it to write our problems on today. Okay, so the first problem they started for us, didn't they?
Yeah.
All right, so they went ahead and rounded the two numbers, then they multiplied and got 60,000 for the answer. So all I want you to do is write an equal sign right there. Okay? Copy these numbers onto the notebook paper. So watch me. So I will do, and I would scoot over if I were you, because if you don't scoot over, your problem's going to go off the edge of the paper. Okay? So scoot over about 5 and write 213, one number in each column, and 328. And get ready to multiply those together. So this is on your notebook paper. And I like the way these columns help us line up our digits.
Yeah,
So that's why I'm showing you. If this makes it easier for you, do it this way, okay? All right, so, and you can still use all the same strategies, okay? Just, the only way it's not going to work is if you write too big and you don't fit the number in the column, okay? So 3 times 8, what is it?
24.
Okay. 8 times 1
8
plus 2.
10.
8 times 2
16.
plus 1.
17.
Don't you love it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now X's,
No.
and put the color on if you want. Okay? Now, finish the problem out. There's no regrouping. 60,000 was our estimate, right?
Yes.
Draw a bell if it helps you. And do you see how these multiplication problems are, they usually end up wider than they start? So that's why you've got to move your next problem over farther than you think you do. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So now I want you to take your answers, 69,864, and write it on your paper. Okay? So now, what do we do first on the next one? Round. So 662. What is that round to, Beverly? Good. And 372, Jesus.
400.
Good. Okay, so 7 times 4
28.
with 4 zeros.
28,000.
280,000. Make sure you've got an equal sign here ready to write your answer. And we will copy this problem onto the notebook paper. I would scoot over about 7 or 8 columns. And then you'll work that problem on your notebook paper. So what was our estimate? 280,000? We're pretty close, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.